Dear YouTube, don't take this personally. Friends, enemies, and internet losers, I have returned. Hello. It would have been nice if I only had to say this once, but because I'm starting to sound a bit like a broken record on this issue. But I will continue to comment on it until one person who didn't already know what I was talking about begins to get it. A site like mine usually draws like-minded people. It was a bit different when I was doing the BaronSCameron show, because there was enough inherent silliness, and people didn't leave feeling like they'd just been beat up. Things have changed. What is free market capitalism? Free market capitalism is the production and sale of goods with little or no government interference. The mafia would actually be considered the epitome of free market capitalism. They are solely concerned with making money, controlling their own personal interests, and to a certain extent, self-governing. Now, the American Revolution replaced the idea of the noblesse oblige with the every man for himself mentality, in which if you fail, it's your own damn fault. Well, what does this have to do with YouTube? YouTube was started by three guys who used to work for PayPal, and as the story goes, at a dinner party they discussed the idea of a video sharing site. And then after a lot of hard work and some rather serious investment venture capital, whammo, YouTube. In October 2006, YouTube was bought by Google for $1.65 billion US in stock, which means that Google now sort of pulls the strings on YouTube. YouTube, yes, they've just made $1.65 billion, but it's in Google stock. So now that YouTube is part of Google, they have to keep maintaining a smart business edge. Otherwise, Google stock prices go down, stockholders, the true customers of American business, get unhappy, Google stock tanks, and YouTube has nothing. Google is a business in the free market system. Now, how do you make money in the free market system? By weighing production costs against quality and putting out a product as cheaply as possible. Do you think American trucks are made in Mexico because Mexicans are so damn good at making trucks? It may have been the initial dream of the three guys who originally started YouTube to create this e-utopia where everybody could have their bit, say their piece, and become a star. But as soon, perhaps before, but as soon as YouTube was bought by Google, they became a business. And the business of business is business. YouTube users, us, produce YouTube's product. And we are, in that sense, YouTube's labor force. Now, in the real world, laws exist, well, in most of the G8 countries at least, laws exist to protect the labor force. No such laws exist for YouTube users. Here on YouTube, the 12 to 17 male demographic rules. As of last July, 100 million videos a day were watched on YouTube. 65,000 new videos were uploaded every 24 hours. In other words, when it comes to individual YouTubers, there are plenty more where we came from. And if you want to have a hit video on YouTube, just go outside and ask your neighbor's kid to lob a softball into your testicles and you're in! So what do we do? Our videos are generally longer than 30 seconds. Well, the 30 seconds it takes to hit somebody with a softball in the groin. Our videos arouse passion in people, which is generally never a good thing for those in control. Also, if we start causing trouble for YouTube, they can delete us at the push of a button. YouTube doesn't want our videos. They want videos that are quick, cheap, and easy, because that is what their demographic is, for the most part, looking for. In the 5 or so minutes it takes, well, who am I kidding? In the 5 to 9 minutes it takes to sit through one of my Hey Dumbass episodes, you can watch no less than 15 people getting hit in the groin, falling off a roof, setting themselves on fire, or, hitting somebody in the head with their skateboard. So what do? So if you do decide to take a stand for quality over quantity and lose, don't feel bad. The odds were against you to begin with. However, if you lose the battle and quit fighting the war, that shines a light on you far more negative than any spot currently shining on YouTube right now. We are the Ferraris in a market that is primed for Yugos. So what do we as Ferraris do? Well, YouTube cannot afford to become a niche market. They need legions of growing infatuated 12 to 17-year-olds to sign on every day. Otherwise, they are no longer financially feasible. Nobody sees their advertising, and as we know, the 12 to 17 demographic is the wet dream for advertisers, and advertising makes the world go round. So I say we ride this little wave while it lasts. Pedophiles have taken up residence on YouTube. Racists, sexists, homophobes, religious fanatics of all stripes now call YouTube home. In short, YouTube is becoming the internet again. And the internet is actually what makes it the good news. We can use YouTube's free service, to do our creative work, to do our socializing, and because it is the internet, we can do it in relative safety. But don't ever take these things personally, because to the people who run YouTube, to the people who own YouTube, you are nothing more than binary code that can be easily replaced. So maybe you're not going to make it big on YouTube. You'll have to ask yourselves, why are you on YouTube in the first place? I've met a lot of friends, people I will probably never actually really physically meet, but even if YouTube disappears, there's always email, snail mail, phones, and maybe you'll get to meet some of these people. I mean, I know of a couple cases of people actually meeting, hitting it off, and, wedding bells, the whole 9 yards. You just have to decide why you're on YouTube. If you're here to become a star, well, it's no easier here than it would be in Hollywood or New York, or Vancouver and Toronto for that matter. If you're here to use it as a creative outlet and to meet some people, well, I believe that is what we're doing. So don't take anything personally, because YouTube honestly doesn't care.
For more information about the sources and materials quoted in Hey Dumbass, please visit the Hey Dumbass blog at dumbassblog.spaces.live.com.